Hello, welcome again. It's Beth. Hope you're having a great day. It's Thursday, and I thought I would do a quick blog entry today about boundaries. Um, Hopefully, this is going to be a little bit more entertaining or interesting anyway than it could be because I don't think it's often fun to talk about boundaries, but still, I think it's kind of needed right now. Some people have some pretty different ideas about what boundaries should be, are, how to observe them properly, that kind of thing. And so yoga has something to say about this. Actually, the whole of yoga has a really kind of interesting take on this. So I figured that I would just touch on it briefly. Hopefully you'll find it enjoyable. So I'm going to kick back to some Patanjali. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali are sort of the first conglomerate writing. There were writings in the Upanishads and things that dealt with yoga, but this is the first kind of gathering of a text that was actually just about yoga and the practice of yoga. And so the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, there's some debate about how old they are. We know that they predated Buddha, so we're thinking like the realm of like 500 BC. I've heard things as early as 5000 BC. I've heard as late as 300 AD. However, it's pretty clear that Buddha actually studied the Yoga Sutras, so I'm assuming it comes from at least 100 years beforehand. So, okay, 500 BC. In any case, second sutra is just like a short line that gives information or a teaching. And so the second line, the second sutra in the Yoga Sutras is Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which is Sanskrit, which means the restraint of the modifications of the mind stuff is yoga. All right, so yoga is the restraint of the modifications of the mind stuff. It sounds heavy. It's not that heavy once you kind of get what it's talking about. The mind stuff is the translation that my tradition gives for Chitta Vritti. Chitta is heart-mind. The mind and the emotions are not separated as much in the East as they are in the West. So Chitta is heart-mind. And then Vritti is a fun word. It means wheel. So literally it's the spinning wheel of the mind and the emotions. Okay? And so the whole beginning of the text of the description of what yoga is that it is the restraint, like withholding from, the modifications of the mind stuff, the playing and building up, changing around, the wheels that turn in our head. Okay? So let me give you an example. Working with a friend. Friend is really into some guy she's been dating for a little while, and she starts talking about his behavior is kind of strange, right? So my friend's talking about how he's doing this and he's doing that, and why would he do that? What would make him do that? I mean, does he think that I would be okay with that? Blah, 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 blah. And she just starts going into this whole spinning wheel in her mind about her ideas about what she thinks he's doing and what she thinks his intentions are. It has nothing to do with reality, right? She doesn't, first of all, even know if he actually did half the stuff she was talking about. We all know people like this, right? And she doesn't really know what he thinks. She doesn't know what his intentions are. She doesn't know if it reflects at all his opinion of her. And she's getting emotionally involved and adding her own ideas and opinions to what she thinks he's doing. So she started the wheel turning and then like started adding stuff to it and adding more. And we all know about the snowball that builds up really big and becomes this whole other thing that actually has nothing to do with us or who we are or who that person is or what reality is actually like. And so it's a really good demonstration of what we're talking about. Yoga is basically refraining from adding to the snowball of whatever's in the head. So how does this relate to boundaries? Your boundaries are just you and your reality and what you see. And it's kind of a violation of the boundaries of yourself if you start trying to get into other people's minds and picking their minds about things or trying to understand motives without asking. It's, if you're curious, ask somebody. So um, when we're on the mat doing yoga asana, doing poses, or when we're sitting in meditation, or when we're standing in line at the grocery store, or we're talking with people at a meeting, when we start kind of feeling that whirring, that wheel turning in the mind or in the emotions about something, it's good to just kind of take a deep breath, step back a minute, remember it's not real. That's just the mind stuff going. Let it go. Just let it do its thing. It has nothing to do with what's real, what's here, what's right now, and your reality, your boundaries of who you are and what you're about. And really, how other people are doing things or their intentions are kind of none of our business. When you really think about it, it's their business. They need to take care of that. We just deal with our reality without adding to the snowball of what's going on. And my cat just walked up. He approves, by the way. he's telling me it's lunchtime as well. So with that, I'll bid you adieu. I hope that this has been helpful. So peace. See you tomorrow.